Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Charles Norman Show. How are y'all doing today? I know I'm feeling fantastic. This weekend of football has been the best one yet. We have a couple of games to talk about. Yes, that means we will talk about that Cowboys' huge win over the Seattle Seahawks. It may have been surprising to most people, but I think I had a clue about the game, even though I did pick the Seahawks to win. You know I have to recap the Eagles-Giants game from last night. Everyone is happy about that win and ecstatic. I'll tell you why we should hold our horses a little bit. Did we see a preview of how good this Eagles team could be if they put a full game together? There was one person on one show out of all the professional analysts on every NFL-related show that predicted that LaShawn McCoy would have the best game of the season so far this week. And I'll let you know who that was later on. Then I'll give my pick for tonight's game. I honestly don't know why ESPN scheduled this game for Monday night. Why is this game being nationally broadcasted? No hot topics for the show today. There's nothing worth talking about, so I'm not going to waste my time. Today, we'll end our show off, as always, with some inspiration. Our inspiration today will come from Oprah Winfrey. This is not the originally planned inspiration, but after I read her new book, What I Know For Sure, I made a couple of changes to the schedule. The inspiration will, like I just said, be coming from her book, What I Know For Sure, on the topic of gratitude. You're going to love this. I actually have 2 assignments for us today, this week, and it's time to start the show. Here we go.
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
And that's the question of the week. How about them Cowboys? How about them? Well, I know that's the question that the Seattle Seahawks are asking themselves. The Seahawks don't lose in front of the 12th man, right? Well, I think the Cowboys proved that question to be a bigger fat no. The Cowboys went into Seattle and dominated them. I know the score was only 30-20, but that does not say how this game actually went. The Seahawks scored 14 points off of 2 Cowboys special team miscues. Take away those special team boo-boos, and the Cowboys win this game by a score of 30-9. Before I get into how the Seahawks got dominated, let me show you what I said about the game on Friday. Moving on to the Seattle-Dallas game. This should be a goodie. By the way, the Cowboys have playing, right? I'm going to say wrong. The Cowboys have playing some great football, but they've only been playing great football against non-competitive team. The only competitive team they played was the San Francisco 49ers, and they lost to them. I don't think the Cowboys are as great as everybody think they are. I do think if they get a running game going early, it will be okay, but I don't see that happening. DeMarco Murray can't fumble this week. If he does, the Seahawks will make the Cowboys pay for that. I hope this will be a good game, but realistically speaking, from my point of view, I don't see it being that way. Will the Cowboys be able to stop Marshawn Lynch? That's going to be a key for them to win the game. I picked the Seahawks to win the game, but I did say the keys to the Cowboys winning this game was I didn't think they would be able to do it, but they did, and this is how they dominated the Seahawks. First off, on defense, the Cowboys shut out Marshawn Lynch. He only ran for 60 yards yesterday. I said that would be a key to them winning the game. By them shutting down Marshawn Lynch, it made the Seahawks one-dimensional. Russell Wilson isn't going to beat anyone by himself. The Seahawks only ran the ball 12 times on Sunday. I'll get back to that in 1 minute. The Cowboys offensively attacked Seattle. I have a clip from me from show number 3 talking about how to beat the Seattle Seahawks. And the Cowboys did exactly that to beat the Seahawks yesterday. And I said you have to bully the bullies in order to beat them. And the Cowboys didn't just attack the Seahawks. They mauled them. I said if they got their running game going early and kept it up, they would have a chance. I'll be honest, I didn't think they could do it, but they did. That was a great job by the Dallas Cowboys. Now here's the real reason why they won. The Cowboys ran 70 plays on Sunday. Their run-pass ratio was 35 passes and 35 runs. It doesn't get more balanced than that, honestly. The Seahawks ran 31 plays on Sunday, and their run-pass ratio was 29 passes to 12 rushes. You guys know what I'm getting at here. The balanced team will more than likely win the game. The Cowboys, like the Chargers, dominated the time of possession against the Seahawks, which in turn made the Seahawks defense very vulnerable. They were on the field too long. This game was close, but it should not have been close at all. As for Sunday night,
How about those Eagles, baby?
wait a minute, how did that get in here? How about those Eagles, baby? Woo! The Eagles demolished the New York Football Giants. They shut them out. No points. The Giants didn't even score when Nick Foles tried to give them a chance to score. Remember that one analyst I talked about in the beginning of the show who was the only one who said LaShawn McCoy would have a big game? Well, I got a video of him saying it. Here you go. Offense. I do feel like this game will be LeSean McCoy's breakout game. I feel it in my gut. He hasn't been talking this week. He hates the Giants. He hasn't had a good year to this point. I think he's going to have a real McCoy game. I feel it. I really do. I told y'all that he would have a great game. His best game of the season to date. This was the first time this season that we had the same offensive line for 2 consecutive games, and they looked amazing. Did you see the holes that they gave LeSean McCoy last night? More important than that, did you see LeSean McCoy run forward most of the time? See what happens when you go forward, Shady? You get more yards that way. We ran the ball from under center, which was very productive for us. We never do that. I want to see more plays ran from under center. When the run game is good, so is the play action game. The Eagles put up 27 points yesterday. Is that the Eagles' offense at its best? The answer is a flat out no. One thing that stood out to me even more than Nick Foles' 2 interceptions yesterday is the Eagles' third down efficiency. The Eagles were not efficient on third down at all. They went 4 for 13 last night, which was about 31%, and that's horrible. The Eagles will have to increase that number by at least 50% in big games. We have to be more efficient on third down. I kept track of the Eagles' play calling play by play, drive by drive, and here are the results. They had 13 possessions last night, and on possession number 1, they ran the ball 4 times and passed it 5 times, so that was balanced. They got a field goal. Possession 2, they passed it 5 times, ran it 5 times, touchdown. Possession 3, 3 passes, 1 run, they punted. Possession 4, 2 passes, 1 run, got a touchdown. Possession 5, there were 2 passes and 3 runs, and they got a field goal. So they were unbalanced. Well, they weren't, I wouldn't say unbalanced, but ran the ball more times than passed it that drive. And then possession 6, passed it 4 times, ran it 0 times, and Nick Foles threw an interception. Possession 7, 2 passes, 1 run, and a punt. Possession 8, 2 passes, 1 run, and an interception. Possession 9, 3 passes, 5 runs, and a touchdown. And the rest of possessions 10, 11, 12 all ended out in a punt. 10, they had 2 passes, 4 runs. 11, 2 passes, 1 run. 12, 3 passes, 8 runs. So that was unbalanced, but on the running side. And I'm okay with that. Just don't pass it too much. And possession 13, which was their last possession, they passed the ball 1 time and ran it twice. The Eagles were balanced yesterday, and that's amazing. Their pass-run ratio was 35 passes to 36 runs. They ran the ball more times than they passed it. But would you look at that? I've only been saying be balanced for like 6 weeks now. They finally got it, and I'm proud of them. The real story of the game was the defense. Honestly, I think Jim Johnson called that defense from heaven. He had to. I could have not been happier with that defense yesterday. They did not give up 1 point. This was our first shutout in almost 20 years. I've never seen one. That's the amazing thing. The defense has been improving steadily each and every single week. Now, like I said about the Cowboys last week, we really haven't beaten a contender this year. The only one we've played, we lost to. Actually, no. We did beat a contender. I forgot. I totally forgot about the Colts. We beat a very good Colts team, which hasn't lost a game since week 2. The Eagles still have a lot to do, but if last night is a preview of how great this offense can be, we're going to be fine. Trust me. Back to the defense, Eli Manning was sacked 8 times last night. That pass rush was amazing. Last night, when you get a good pass rush like that, like the Eagles did last night, it puts less stress on the defensive backs. The defensive backs played amazingly last night. They didn't let anyone open. If they did leave someone open, the pass rush didn't allow Eli Manning to get it to him. Darren Sproles was injured last night, but I have a lot of good news. We thought that he tore something in his knee. Well, he only has a sprained MCL, which isn't as serious as we thought it would be. They're going into the bye week, so he's probably only going to miss 1 or 2 games. So let's all let out a huge sigh of relief. Now, Victor Cruz tore his patella tendon last night, and I originally tweeted salsa dance on that because he dropped the touchdown pass. I swear, I honestly did not see that he was hurt, or else I would not have tweeted that. The only reason why I deleted the tweet because he was hurt, but the New York Times ought to be ashamed of the other Times ought to be ashamed of themselves when they put this on the cover. This security guard was not being disrespectful to Victor Cruz. He wasn't celebrating because he was hurt. He was celebrating because he dropped a touchdown pass. The Giants players ran their mouths all week long and got busted in the mouth last night. The Eagles clobbered them 27-0, and I loved it. I wanted the Eagles to score more points. Forget that running out the clock bullcrap. One last thing. Nick Foles, stop throwing stupid passes. That first pick you threw the intro roll was stupid. You weren't even looking when you threw the ball. You just were looking over there and threw it like that. You can't do that. That's a huge dummy mistake, you big dummy. The second one was also a bad throw. You got to get together. You played a good game overall, but you must improve on that, son. Now for the standout stars of the week. For offense, we have Tom Brady. For defense, we have Connor Barwin. And for special teams, we have Dan Bailey. Tom Brady went 27 for 37 for 360 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also, guess what? The Patriots are now on top of the AFC East. Think about that. Just 2 weeks ago, I forgot when they lost to the Chiefs, everyone was talking about, is Brady done? It's all over. And like I said, it'll be okay because the offensive play calling and the defensive play calling will get good. And Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and those boys, they'll be great. And look at them. Top of their division. They have a weak division, but they're at top now. So there's nothing. Like, come on. Never count out Tom Brady. He's the best quarterback in the league for a reason. Connor Barwin had 3 sacks, 5 tackles, and a 4th fumble last night against the Giants. He was superb, wreaking havoc on that Giants offensive line all night long. Dan Bailey went 3 for 3 for kicking field goals yesterday with a long field goal of 56 yards. Bailey became the most accurate kicker of all time on Sunday when he converted his 3 field goals. These are my standout stars. Great job, gentlemen. Now I'm going to take the 49ers over the Rams tonight. For inspiration, here we go. On Friday, I told you that I read Oprah's new book, What I Know For Sure. I also said that we would be using a couple of things from this book for our inspiration. So over the weekend, I shook up the schedule and I put something from the book into today's inspiration slot. In the specific section of the book we'll be using by Oprah today, she was talking about gratitude. And Oprah says, when you focus on the goodness in your life, you create more of it. How big is that? Seriously, if we stop to pay attention to what we already have, we wouldn't miss how much we have to be grateful for. Also, more of it will come when we realize what we have. The moment we realize what we have, we'll stop wanting what we don't have. We also have to realize that what we have is all we need. More will come when we understand that. I promise you, more will come. You will notice that the explanation on this is short. That's because on Friday, I will be interviewing my cousin Vivian on this topic. And I don't want to give anything away, so take the few things that I did say about this topic today, and hold on to them. Make sure you all tune in on Friday for the interview. I have a huge feeling that we will all learn so much from this discussion that Vivian and I have. I know I will. Like I mentioned earlier, I have 2 weekly assignments this week. The first one is to be more aware and grateful for what you have, and more things will come. And the second assignment will help you become more aware and grateful for the things that we have, and that is to keep a gratitude journal. Each day, write down maybe 5 to 10 things that you're grateful for. My purpose for this show is to help everybody see what they're grateful for. Seeing the list will make you change the way you think about life. Trust me, I've been keeping a gratitude journal, just writing. Not even that. Yeah, you could just have a regular book or a book like this that I have, like a little Eagles notebook, and I write down 5 things that I'm always grateful for every day. And I think everybody should do that, because you really notice things like saying what you have and being grateful for what you have. Saying it is one thing, but when you actually see the list, see how much you actually have to be grateful for, yeah, I know you'll change your outlook on life. And that's our show for today, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed it. I have a reminder for everyone. Do y'all remember when I interviewed my friend Jessica about her blog? Well, I'm going to tell you all, go visit it. You won't be disappointed. It is a phenomenal website done by a phenomenal woman. I love it. Her website is titled soundsofthe90s.com. She's very creative, and she has great music taste. Thank you all for viewing the show today. Remember to share it with everyone you know. Visit me at charlesnorman.weebly.com. I really enjoy your feedback, everyone. Happy birthday to my friend Jamera. I hope you enjoyed your day. Make sure you all get those journals. Be aware and grateful for what you do have, and more things will come. And I'll see you later, everybody. Friday.